Hey cuties, I'm Lanikia and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is General Hospital's edition. All right, so listen. A scale to 1 to 10, I'm going to give it a solid 8 because for a Monday, I feel like it's leading us into how great this week of soaps will be. All right, so let me just pull my nose up right here. Who do I want to start with? Let me just get Marshall and Curtis and TJ out of the way, y'all. This storyline could have been so different. There are a few storylines that General Hospital has going on right now that if just a tweak in the writing, it could have been so different. Because now I feel like them going off to New York to find Marshall, I thought it was going to be an adventure, but they found him pretty quick. And then I'm sorry, today is Monday, May 23rd, 2022. And then when they find him, he gets hurt and he's down and everything. I'm not saying I'm just saying I didn't see where he was attacked that hard. But so he's down and everything. And so now, they're trying to figure out, and then Marshall is like he's out of it, and then TJ and Curtis are there, and Curtis says, when the doctor was asking about his medicine, it reminded me of how little I knew about him. So Marshall says, well, they gave me his personal effects, right? So I went to his hotel room because he wanted to see what kind of blood pressure pills he was on, right? And he said, and what I found is this bottle, and it is for an I want to say they called it an antipsychotic, and so Marshall is on there. I said, this feels like such an invasion. If Marshall didn't want to tell y'all this stuff, why are you invading his? Like, I understand when TJ said I went to his hotel room to find out the medication he was on. Okay, I'm with you at that point, TJ. You lost me when you went and told Curtis. I'm like that. Like, you are a doctor. What are you talking about? You're supposed to give that to the other doctor. Say I went to the hotel, and you're not. I don't know. I felt like that was such an invasion of privacy that TJ did. All right, so then they say, well, why would he try to hide this and everything? And teacher was like, well, the stigma back then about this, and he could have been very violent and volatile, and so that's why they agreed to for him to just go on about his business, and be away from the family. And Curtis is all in his feelings, and he's hurt, and I don't want to be insensitive to Curtis' feelings, but a part of me is just like, sir, I understand that you're upset that your father disappeared and everything, but you started this next disappearance, you started not being honest or whatever, and it's like you confront him about everything. He had a mental issue, so that's probably why he left. So then Curtis goes in the I'm calling it a hotel room, but Curtis goes into the hospital room, and he's just like, Marshall, wake up, please wake up. But when he goes in there, he's talking to him, and he's like, why did you do this? Why did you leave? And why, like, maybe this isn't, that's what made him mad in the first place. That's not the best way to talk to him. Oh, okay, I'm done. I'm done with this whole thing right here because this storyline could have been something really great, and y'all half half did it. You half wrote it. You went in there and you just threw it together and said, okay, let's go. And Mark's is going to have mental illness. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, put it together better. Do something. It would have been nice if we could have gotten more. Because I'm like, y'all come on every single day. There are evening drama, like nighttime dramas. Remember on This Is Us when we learned about Randall's father, and it was like you really got to know him when Randall went on the journey to find out more information about him and everything. Like, do that. Like, why couldn't y'all do that and make, like, build the characters so that we can be there with them. I'm done with that part. I stayed on it way too long, but it just frustrates me because this could have been a really great storyline, and y'all didn't do it the justice that it deserved. So then we go to Elizabeth, which is another storyline that y'all didn't do justice to. Like, when Mental Health Awareness Month is coming. You have two storylines about mental health, and y'all didn't do them justice. You just threw them together, and they've been going on for months. You could have not concluded, but you could have just really focused in on it. But everything you focused in on it was like in a negative way. You know what I mean? It's in a negative way. So here we go with Elizabeth, and she in the hospital room. So Chase has arrived, and Chase is talking to Finn or whatever, and he's telling him, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, everything happened with Elizabeth." And then so Kevin hears them talking. He steps off the elevator, and he's like, he's pretty much just like, "I can share some insight." No, you can't, sir. What are y'all doing? Y'all can't be. You cannot talk to them about Elizabeth. I don't care who Finn thinks he is to her. You can't give all this information, her personal information about what you think is going on with her to Finn and Chase. What are y'all talking about? So then they get in the room, and Terry is with Elizabeth. She tells Finn he could come in, and Elizabeth said, Terry gets the results. She said your blood work is fine. Everything is normal. And so they're like, there's nothing, like, it doesn't seem like there's anything physically wrong. But Kevin said it could be the sleep aids you've been taking that have you sleepwalking and stuff. So Elizabeth was like, okay. She said, but she was like, what's wrong with me? And she wants to go home, and they want her to stay and everything. And she just like she sees Chase comes in, and she apologizes to Chase about hurting him and everything, and Terry says, I'm gonna do some more blood work and stuff for you. So she's doing the blood work, and then so Terry then tells Elizabeth later on, I have your test results. Now all these people are in the room. It's Terry, her doctor, that's Elizabeth, Kevin, Finn, and I want to say Chase was in there, maybe he wasn't, but I'm like, all these people in the room, you can't give her y'all have to be a little bit more realistic. You can't give her these results with all these people. Move on. Let's move on from his storyline, because really it frustrates me, because this is another storyline that y'all could have done better. Like, as far as whatever it really is going on with Elizabeth, which I think she just has split personalities. But now y'all trying to make it seem like, oh, it's just the medication one. We know y'all gonna end up saying she has split personalities, but I don't know what they're trying to do. Let's move along, because the storyline isn't going anywhere anyways. So then we see Dante and Sonny talk. Dante and Sonny are speaking, and Sonny is telling Dante, I'm gonna be on Nina's side. I'm gonna support Nina. And Dante said, Sonny, you can't do this. He said, you cannot do this, sir. Nina is like, what are you talking about? You cannot support Nina over your son. You already have a rift with Michael. That's going to push it further. And I'm with Sonny at this point. Now, I'm not with him as far as supporting Nina. I think he should be like Switzerland and just stay neutral. But I am with Sonny at this point, where I say, I have reached out to Michael, because at this point, Sonny has reached out to Michael, and he's been trying to be nice to Michael and everything. Michael is being a jerk. He's being a brat. He's being the same Michael that he's always been since he was a little red haired boy and they grew him into this young man. He's being a jerk. And he's a brat. And Sonny's just like, how many times I got to reach out? How many times I have to put the olive branch out? And he said Michael is just upset because his mom. Now, Sonny, stop saying Carly divorced me, because you made Carly divorce you when you kept messing with Nina. Now stop that. Now I like you, but you're not gonna blame Carly for divorcing you. Like, she said, I'm not gonna be your pick me woman when you don't want Nina. You come over here and pick me. No, and I don't blame Carly for that. So stop that. But he said he's just mad that his mom divorced me, and he's punishing Nina for it. He said because Wally deserves to see Nina. You think he's right for that? And Dante doesn't think Michael is right for what he's doing with Nina and everything. But he said you got to stay out of it, Sonny. And I agree with Dante. You can't have an opinion about it. Even if you think Michael is wrong, you can't say that you think Michael is wrong if you want a relationship with Michael. And then with Nina, she's been telling you stay out of it. Tell her, okay, I'm gonna stay out of it. But Sonny not gonna stay out of it. He's just like, I'm done with Michael. He said he trying to take me down. What am I supposed to do? Just sit back and take it? I don't know. I don't know. It is what it is. Dante done try to talk to y'all. Just let whatever's about to happen. Just let it happen. This is the stupidest storyline too. About I'm so upset that you slept with Nina on my mommy. I'm gonna get y'all both back by withholding Wiley. I said this is just let's move right along. So then we see, speaking of Nina, that Nina is in court talking to Maxie. I said, you talking too much with the doors open, ma'am. So she going on and on and on about them, and Maxie said, "Yeah, I didn't want y'all to go to court. I wanted y'all to compromise or whatever." And Nina said, I've tried to compromise, but they don't want to compromise with me. Now, Nina didn't want to go to court on y'all. That is the truth. I don't care if y'all don't like Nina. She did not want to go to court. She did try to compromise with them. She was wrong. Yes, she was wrong for keeping Sonny away and all of that. But really, y'all don't even have to engage with Nina. You could drop them off at a mediator and give her 4 hours one time a month, and you never have to interact with Nina, and she could have her supervised visits, and then that be that. But you want to punish her by not letting her see the little boy at all. And y'all kill me with this storyline about she can't get her emotional needs met through Wiley. She just wants to see her grandson. What are y'all talking about? Moving right along. Maxie just tell Nina, you're gonna have to play nice with them or whatever, because especially if you think you're gonna have a relationship with Sonny. So Nina's talking too much with the doors open, talking about Sonny said he would testify on my behalf. She said, because Maxie said, "Are you and Sonny a couple?" She said, "No, we're not. We're not doing that. We're not a couple. We're not doing anything." Now, Michael and Willow done walked up on her as she's saying all this, because Michael and Willow were at the house, at the Quartermain's house, but they left, because Brooklyn wished them luck and said Nina doesn't need to see him. Drew neutral. Ned says Nina doesn't need to. And I said, no, y'all didn't. The stories and stuff, mischief and everything that y'all been in. And y'all gonna have the nerve to judge Nina. And I like you, Brooklyn, but let's not act like y'all sitting over here perfect over there. But moving right along. So now Michael and Willow are at the courthouse now for the hearing. And so here comes Nina running her mouth too much, and Nina, my girl, but sometimes this you could have told Maxie this on the way over in the car or something, or on the telephone if y'all didn't ride in together. But she's telling Maxie that Sonny's gonna agree to testify on his behalf, and here come Michael walking in. What did I just hear? If my father's gonna testify on you, well, you said you didn't want him anyways. You don't want nothing to do with him. So what's the problem here? If you don't want anything to do with Sonny, why are you mad if he gonna be a character witness for Nina? Because she wants to see her grandson. And so here they go. And Maxie trying to keep the peace with them. But here they go talking about Nina, you're such a manipulator. You just want to use Wiley to fill the void of Nell or whatever. And Nina was like, at the end of the day, Nell is his mother, and y'all can't delete that. You can't erase that, and that makes him family to me. And Michael, Wiley's mother is Willow. Period. I said, no, it's not period. It's not period. Because biologically, that is not his mother. So it's not period. You can't just say that and just think it's done because you said period. And so then, Lord, then Nina gonna talk to Harmony, and Harmony talking about, just because somebody is family doesn't you get to choose your family just because of your blood or whatever. And Nina said, like Harmony did with with Willow, like Harmony chose Willow, was like Harmony was Willow's mother. And so Maxie said, Nina. Maxie is me when your friend done went too far. Like, no, you can't say that. And then Maxie get a phone call, so she have to leave or whatever. And Nina gonna walk over to the desk and try to take a sip of water, because she knew she was wrong for what she said or whatever. I didn't agree that she was wrong, because Michael and Willow were coming hard at her, and you're not finna keep throwing body shots at me, and I'm not gonna say nothing back. It is what it is. If you can say what you have to say, I'm gonna say what I have to say too. So then she apologizes and said, "I'm sorry for making that comment about Harmony. I know you're dealing with the loss." And then they try to say, "Oh, you like to be in the gutter, you like to go from the gutter or whatever, and then you want to apologize and act all remorseful, but the judge go see through that." And she said, y'all be taking all these shots, pushing and pushing and pushing, and then you sit, when someone reacts to you, you sit on your high horse, all superior to someone. And this is why I don't like Michael and Willow. That is exact. Nina made it so clear. That's why I don't like Michael and Willow, because they do little things continuously. Like the article was, that wasn't a good look. Oh, you're not gonna see Wiley because we're mad. That's not a good look. And then every time they see Nina, it's an argument and they're throwing little shots. But if she throws a shot back and it hurts Willow's feelings, then it's, oh my gosh, look at how you're reacting towards us or whatever. So I agree with her when she says, y'all throw little stuff, drag someone in the gutter, and then when they throw a shot back at you that hurts your feelings, then y'all want to be all, "Oh, I can't believe you did that. I can't believe you said that." No, like that's not how it works. But anyways, child, they're going back and forth. Nina and Maxie come in and she tell Nina, if you want a relationship with Wiley, leave them alone. But Nina can't leave them alone. She took us. I said, Nina, why? Why? She took herself back over there and said, I want to say my piece. And I said, why, Nina? Just stop. Like, all you had to do was leave the courtroom until somebody else came, until your lawyer came. But no, she had to try to say her piece about, I'm a sorry, Willow, and all this. And then Michael and them said, oh, if you were really sorry, you would leave Wiley and something. And so then she said, well, if you really cared about family, then you wouldn't be making your family choose or whatever. And then here walks Sonny. And I said, well, God dog. Because Sonny said, I'm choosing and it ain't y'all. So then we move right along from that storyline and we go to, who else was on here today? So then we go to Ned and Drew. So they're at the house, right? Because I told you Michael and them was over there earlier. So Brooklyn is at the house. She all stressed out about Link and this whole thing that he's done to her with her songs that she signed his contract. And so I said, well, if you were in contract, why didn't y'all make the contract null and void? Like that don't make sense. You gave up your ELQ shares and the contract wasn't null and void. This stuff, it does not make sense. But anyway, so Drew is like, what's going on? So she tells Drew everything that's going on, yada yada yada. And Drew is just like, you're a strong person, you'll get through this. Now before this, Ned had came in, right? And so Drew and Ned go at it because Ned is like, I am the CEO of this company and y'all pretty much is saying we don't need you. And Ned and Drew just go back and forth because Ned is like, I want to be CEO. And Drew was like, you're not going to be CEO when the merger goes through. Sorry, you're not going to do it. We're not making you CEO. We're going to get these shares. We're going to dilute Valentine's shares. And then Michael and I are pretty much going to run this company. That's what I heard. And so then, Brooklyn tells them, stop fighting and all that. And then that's when Ned leaves or whatever because he said, I got to get ready for ELQ or whatever. So Ned leaves, and so that's when Brooklyn and Drew were talking, and so I said I thought Drew was about to help Brooklyn because Link done went and sold one of her songs and it's trash. Like the lyrics are okay, I guess, but the song is trash. And so she calls up Chase. He said you gonna fight, and she was like yes. So she calls up Chase. She wants him to help her. And so then we see Ned and Drew come back out, and Drew is like, when can we talk, Ned? And Ned said, not right now, because I gotta be the Quartermain, the only Quartermain who actually works at ELQ, and I gotta go to work. And Ned leaves. And I said, well, I understand what Ned is saying. Some of y'all say this is a boring storyline. A little bit it is because there's no movement really to it. And it's not one of those strong storylines for me, but I mean, it is what it is. It's a breakup from all the other ones. So then we go and we see Britt and Brad. They're going to do yoga. I said, y'all gonna use this studio. Y'all built it, you got to use it. So they're going to do yoga. When they go in there, Carly is there and she said, I had to have a private session because this is the day of the hearing or whatever. I like Carly, but you starting to work my nerves. So she said this is the day of the hearing and everything. And so then we see that, when Britt and Brad walk in, Carly is just like, and she about to leave because, she can't stand Brad. And Brad tells her, Carly, can I speak to you or whatever? And she was like, you don't have anything to say to me. And he'll just tell her what happened with AJ and Michael. That's going to happen again. And she said, excuse me? He said, you might not like Nina and you might not agree with all the things she's done and everything, but she still loves Wiley, and that's still his grandmother. And he said when Wiley gets old enough, he's gonna want a relationship with her. And this gonna be exactly like what you did with AJ and Michael, what y'all where y'all you tried to block AJ out, and Michael wanted a relationship with him or whatever. And she said that will never happen. Wiley's smart. And I was like, Wiley is a toddler. What are y'all talking about? And then so Brad just tried to reason with Carly or whatever, and he was like, "Okay, I'm done. Like, okay, I'm out." And so she tell Britt, "You need to get better friends, because that's an idiot." She said, "Yeah, he might say some, dumb things sometimes." I said, "What kind of friend are you, Britt? Don't talk about me behind my back like that. You're not my friend." And she said, "But he's right about this." And Carly said, "Excuse me?" And she said, Nina's my cousin." She said, "And I know it doesn't excuse everything she's done and all that." She said, "But at some point, Wiley's gonna grow up, and he's gonna want a relationship with her." And she was like, "I doubt it." And she was like, "A rebellious teen." And when he hears Nina's, because Carly was like, she her victim story. She said, and he gonna if he grows up and you cut Nina out, when he hears that victim story of Nina's about how you didn't, she tried to fight, get custody or CU visitation, but y'all fought her. A rebellious teen, yeah, he gonna be wanting a relationship with her. And so then Carly starts thinking back to what Drew said about, what are you gonna do if it's true that Nina is actually Willow's mother? Like, cause you are dividing them so hard and dramatically that this could end bad. And Carly is just like, whatever, whatever. Keep keep your opinions to yourself. So then Carly makes it to the courtroom, and she's walking in court. Sonny has already made it there, but he hasn't said anything. He just walked in the room, and Nina and Michael and Willow stop and turn around and look at him. Now Carly is walking to the courtroom, and she get a notification on her phone that GH has her test results done. So. And that was General Hospital today, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Even if you don't subscribe, that's okay. Just hit that like button for me, please. All right, I'll see you tomorrow for a new episode.